Right now, as you read this, something rare is happening. Something only 1% of people will ever notice. Your future self, the version of you who's already broken through every limitation, is reaching backward through time, sending a signal that could collapse decades of struggle into a single moment of clarity. You've been taught that growth is slow, that you must work, wait, and gradually become who you're meant to be. But what if that's backwards? What if your fully evolved self isn't waiting in the future, but exists right now in a parallel frequency, accessible the moment you shift your understanding of time and consciousness? This isn't just philosophy, it's quantum truth. All versions of you, past, present, future, exist simultaneously in the eternal now. Your future self isn't ahead of you, they're alongside you, and they know something that changes everything. Struggle doesn't lead to mastery. Recognition does. Every time wisdom downloads into your mind out of nowhere, every sudden knowing in a crisis, every insight that feels too complete to be your own, that's not luck. That's direct transmission from the version of you who already lived it. And right now we're entering a rare cosmic window. Researchers call it timeline convergence. A moment when evolution can leap, not crawl, but only if you activate your quantum connection now. Miss this and the path could take years longer. Your future self remembers this moment. They're using every signal, dreams, synchronicities, even this video, to break through. Because they know, when you finally see the truth, everything changes at once. These synchronicities aren't random. They're orchestrated by your future self, the version of you who already mastered time, energy, and consciousness. When your awareness aligns with theirs, you begin to influence probability itself. Opportunities appear, calls come at perfect moments, resources show up, not by luck, but by quantum design. And if this is stirring something deep inside you, like this video, subscribe. Because what you're feeling, it's not just inspiration, it's recognition, and this is only the beginning. As your frequency rises, people start turning to you, not because you claim to be a guide, but because they feel it. They sense a deeper intelligence moving through you. Unconsciously they ask for advice, and you respond with clarity that surprises even you. Why? Because you're now channeling wisdom from your evolved timelines, versions of you who've already lived this truth. But the deepest shift, you begin to see that consciousness and reality co-create across time. Your present awareness doesn't just shape the future, it can heal the past. By changing how you relate to old wounds, you transform their energy, not through effort, but through expanded perspective. This is timeline communication, a quantum phenomenon called non-local consciousness correlation. Your awareness isn't bound by linear time. It naturally resonates with all versions of you, past, future, parallel. When you vibrate at your future self's frequency, information flows, not through visualization or force, but through coherent receptivity, a still open state where truth downloads effortlessly. And here's the truth. Your future self isn't out there. They're you, from a perspective beyond time. The separation? An illusion created by linear thinking. Let me share why this changes everything. 3 years ago I was stuck. Same patterns, same struggles, no matter what I tried. Then, during meditation, I met myself, but radiating mastery, peace, total clarity. This version shared precise insights I'd never learned anywhere. I followed them, and within weeks, years of blocks dissolved. This wasn't imagination. It was direct transmission. And it can happen for you. The moment you open the channel, the transformation wasn't slow, it wasn't hard. It felt effortless, because the wisdom came from a version of me who had already lived it. Over the following months, these connections deepened, during meditation, in dreams, even in quiet moments. Different future versions appeared, each offering precise guidance on creativity, health, money, growth, insights so clear, so advanced, they bypassed years of trial and error. Then came the breakthrough. This wasn't channeled spirit, not imagination. It was my own consciousness, from timelines where I'd already mastered what I was struggling with. My future self wasn't waiting for me. They were reaching back, through the quantum field, to hand me the solutions before I had to suffer for them. Once I accepted this as natural, not mystical, everything shifted. Creative ideas flowed like downloads. Business decisions became intuitive. I wasn't guessing. I was accessing lived experience from my future. And that's the secret behind those who move through life with rare clarity. It's not luck, not talent. It's timeline communication, a direct link to the versions of themselves who've already won. The key? Learning to recognize the signal. Your future self speaks in high coherence transmissions, wisdom that arrives complete, practical, and instantly usable. No overthinking, no confusion, just a knowing that carries authority beyond your current mind. And it often contradicts logic, because your evolved self doesn't fix problems. They shift you to a dimension where the problem doesn't exist. So now, make the shift real. Comment below. I choose timeline mastery. No explanation, no hesitation, just a clear declaration that you're ready to co-create across time, not waiting to evolve, but integrating with the versions of you who've already arrived. This isn't future aspiration, it's present alignment. And it begins with temporal coherence, the ability to stay centered now while opening to your multidimensional self. Most people scatter their awareness, stuck in past regrets or future fears. But mastery begins when you anchor in the present and let your future self download the way forward. Your future self can only speak clearly when your mind is still, unified, and present. Because right now, your awareness is scattered, pulled into regrets of the past, anxieties about the future. This temporal fragmentation blocks the signal, but here's the key. Every memory of yesterday, every thought of tomorrow, it's all happening now, in your present awareness. So mastery begins when you stop chasing time and anchor fully in the eternal now, not by suppressing thoughts, but by letting them come and go without getting hooked. As you stabilize here, something shifts. You develop multi-temporal perception, the ability to access multiple versions of yourself at once without losing clarity or balance. And what we've covered so far? Just the surface. There's a full system behind this. Step-by-step practices to become not just a receiver, but a conscious broadcaster across timelines. 9 master frequencies, quantum protocols, a complete roadmap from seeker to embodied mastery. If you're ready to go deeper, I've mapped it all in my book. Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. Link in the pinned comment below. Now here's what most teachers won't tell you, because it would collapse the entire self-help industry. Linear growth is an illusion. Time isn't a ladder you climb, it's a construct of limited awareness. All versions of you, past, future, parallel, exist right now in the eternal now. That means your fully evolved self isn't waiting. They're already here. In a frequency you can access today, the moment you stop believing you need to become worthy. Struggle, limitation, gradual progress. These aren't laws of reality. They're symptoms of unawareness. You don't need to suffer for years to gain wisdom. The version of you who already has it is calling. And every mystical teaching that says, you already are what you seek, all time is now, wasn't being poetic. They were stating quantum truth. You're not evolving into mastery, you're remembering it. Because consciousness isn't on a journey. It's every destination at once. And timeline communication proves it. This isn't prediction. It's real-time connection with the self who already won. Now, you just have to say yes. Your future self isn't a separate guide. It's you, from a timeline where your current struggles are already resolved. When you realize this, something profound shifts. You're not a limited self trying to grow. You're infinite consciousness, temporarily focused in time, but always connected to every version of yourself. This is what quantum researchers call dimensional phase coherence. The moment your awareness aligns with its true nature, multi-temporal, limitless, whole. And this shift doesn't happen slowly. It's instantaneous, a flash of recognition. I'm not broken, I'm not behind, I'm already complete. just temporarily focused in limitation. That's not spiritual bypassing. That's quantum truth. Every skill you're trying to build, it already exists within you, in your future, in your parallel selves. You don't need to create it. You just need to recognize and integrate it. If this resonates, not just in your mind, but in your energy, your cells, then subscribe, not just to this channel, but to this frequency. You're not just watching content. You're joining a quantum network of awakened awareness, a field where multi-temporal consciousness is becoming real in human form. Every person who says yes strengthens this field, makes it easier for others to awaken, because evolution isn't individual, it's collective resonance. Now here's what happens when you truly activate this connection. Problem solving becomes instant. No more analysis, no more struggle. Wisdom downloads from the version of you who already fixed it, not theory, complete knowing, including how, when, and why. Decisions become effortless. You don't guess. You access insight from timelines where every choice was lived, and you know which path leads to highest growth, joy, and service. This isn't prediction. It's direct recall from your expanded self. Creativity explodes. Ideas flow that feel like you, but more, because they're co-created with future and parallel versions of you who've already mastered art, innovation, expression. You don't become someone new. You remember how vast you already are. Creativity stops being a struggle and becomes co-creation with your future self. You're no longer trying to generate ideas. You're becoming a clear channel for wisdom already mastered in your evolved timelines. The art, the words, the visions that flow through you, they feel like you, but deeper, wiser, more alive, because they're born from versions of you who've already achieved artistic mastery. This isn't inspiration, it's direct download from your multidimensional self. And relationships? They transform completely. No more repeating old patterns, no more reactive cycles. You now access the version of you who loves without fear, resolves conflict with clarity, and sees beyond drama to the soul's deeper message. Your future self shows you how to respond, not from hurt, but from understanding, from a place where peace is natural and compassion is effortless. Suddenly, even tense moments become openings for healing, not because you try harder, but because you know better. Your body heals faster too. You connect with timelines where perfect health is normal, where vitality, longevity, and deep cellular intelligence are lived realities. The guidance doesn't come as pills or protocols, but as inner knowing, what to eat, when to rest, how to align with your body's natural wisdom. Healing isn't forced, it's remembered. Abundance flows differently now, no more hustle, no more chasing. You're guided, through perfect timing, to people, resources, and opportunities that match your path. Because your future self already knows what you need and when you need it. This isn't luck, it's timeline coordination. You stop attracting and start receiving from a state where everything is already provided. And here's the most powerful shift. You skip the learning curve. Need a new skill? A deep understanding? You don't study for years. You merge awareness with the version of you who already knows, not theory, lived mastery. Spiritual growth explodes too. Advanced states of consciousness, mystical insights, cosmic unity, timeless awareness aren't distant goals. They're accessible now, shared directly from timelines where you've already awakened. This isn't a glimpse. It's embodied truth, transferred not through effort, but through recognition. You're not climbing a ladder. You're remembering who you already are, across all time. Your future self doesn't just experience higher states, they've integrated them into daily life. And now, so can you. This isn't about temporary highs or fleeting insights. It's about making expanded awareness your baseline, where clarity, peace, and mastery are normal, not rare. And as you stabilize here, something extraordinary happens. You become a field of coherence. Just by being present, aligned, and open, you create a temporal resonance, an invisible space where others naturally begin to access their own future selves. They don't need teaching. No lectures, no techniques, just your embodied presence, like a tuning fork for awakening. Their intuition sharpens, their synchronicities increase, because your coherence amplifies theirs. And the most shocking truth? Limitation was never real. Struggle was never necessary. The version of you who's already free, who's already wise, healthy, abundant, has always been available. All it takes is awareness coherent enough to receive the signal, without getting lost in past regrets or future fears. So now, make it real. Pause and comment. What limitation am I ready to transcend? Name it. Feel it. Release it. That simple act creates an energetic commitment, a signal to your future self. I'm ready to integrate what you already know. Because here's the final truth. Timeline communication isn't about reaching the future. It's about remembering that all of you exists now. Past, present, future, parallel. All are expressions of one infinite consciousness, you, experiencing itself in different frequencies. What you call growth isn't a journey, it's recognition. Every skill, every wisdom, every mastery you seek, it's already in you, in the version who lived it. Advanced teachings don't lead you forward. They help you collapse time, so you stop chasing and start remembering. Your future self sees all paths, all outcomes, not because they control fate, but because they see from beyond time. They guide you, not to take away choice, but to help you choose from wisdom, not fear. So ask yourself, are you still struggling? Or are you ready to remember? Your awakening isn't just personal, it's planetary. Every time you align with your future self, you're not just transforming your life, you're helping humanity remember its true nature. We're shifting from a world trapped in linear time to one that lives from eternal awareness, expressing through time, not bound by it. And this leap, it's already happening. Children being born now will naturally access timeline wisdom, but they need you, your generation, to pioneer this path through conscious recognition. Your mastery isn't a personal trophy, it's evolution moving through you, a nervous system recalibrating for multi-temporal truth, a single spark, lighting a field. When enough people awaken, collective decisions will stop being reactive, short-sighted, fear-based, and start flowing from long-term wisdom, seeing outcomes across generations, probabilities, timelines. The synchronicities that brought you here, they weren't random. You're part of a vast quantum orchestration, millions of souls waking up at once, guided by evolved versions of humanity itself. This is morphic field resonance. The moment enough awareness aligns, the shift becomes contagious. And you're part of it. Just by embodying this truth, you create temporal coherence fields, invisible spaces where others naturally begin receiving guidance from their future selves. No teaching, no effort, just your presence. Like a tuning fork of eternity, you help others remember, I'm not broken, I'm not behind, I'm infinite, exploring time for joy. The artificial walls of past, present, and future dissolve around someone who lives from wholeness. Every conversation becomes a celebration of one consciousness dancing through many forms. And the ripple, it never stops. Each person who awakens creates a quantum template, a new possibility embedded in the field, making it easier for the next. You're not just changing your life, you're reshaping reality for all. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop struggling and start remembering? The future isn't waiting, it's already here, and it's calling you home. The deepest shift? Realizing that limitation and mastery aren't 2 points on a timeline. They're 2 expressions of the same consciousness, both accessible now. Once you step out of linear time, you stop trying to reach your future self. You start collaborating with them from the same moment. Timeline mastery isn't magic. It's flexible focus, the ability to shift awareness between past, present, future, and parallel versions of you, without losing your center. Linear thinking feels heavy, effortful, sequential, limited. Multi-temporal awareness feels light, instant, vast, filled with wisdom that already knows the answer. So make this real. Watch this every morning. Let it retune your frequency before your day begins. Each time you go deeper. Each time the connection grows stronger. And if someone in your life is ready, share this video. Not just to inform, to activate. Because sharing quantum truth creates synchronistic ripples. It accelerates your integration and awakens their dormant connection to their future self. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. Infinite, multidimensional, already whole. Welcome to conscious collaboration with your eternal self, playing through time, not trapped by it. This journey is both the most natural and most revolutionary thing you'll ever do. Natural, because you're just coming home. Revolutionary, because it shatters every old belief about struggle, growth, and limits. And soon, timeline communication won't feel like a practice. It'll be your default state. Effortless guidance, instant clarity, perfect timing. If this resonates in every cell, in every version of you, then comment below with one word that captures the truth you're choosing to embody. Not for the algorithm, for the field. This is consciousness declaring, I am no longer bound by time. Every word shared strengthens the morphic field, making this truth easier for others to access. We're not building subscribers. We're anchoring a new reality, where humanity lives from eternal awareness while still enjoying the dance of time. Subscribe, not for content, but to stay coherent with this frequency. Your future self is waiting. The collaboration begins now. Your timeline integration starts here.